Hello everyone. We try to focus today on event delegation model of AWT and applets. Like if you watch my earlier videos, applets and applets part 1, applets part 2, you'll get some idea about how to create applets and you'll get some knowledge of basic event delegation model. Today we try to focus on complete different examples on event delegation model and what exactly it is. So what is event delegation model? Event delegation model is a model which states that how events can be occur in a particular applet or a window or a panel or a container. And what is an event? See, event is a kind of a situation where a component will be handled. It's a situation where a component will be handled, like a component which is placed on a particular location or a particular window or a frame. For that component we should need to do some kind of operation on that component. Initially, what are components? Components are different kinds of objects which are added to the window. Like a window can have more number of components, like a text field, it is a component, a button, it's a component, a drop down list, it's a component. For example, a mouse is also a component. Say a keyboard is a component. Sometimes you can call them for the sake of event delegation model. So say text area, I can call here a drop down list, can be either of list type or it can be a choice type. Okay, a text area type, button, text field, radio, checkbox, all these are different components. Every component once they added to the window or once they added to an applet or once they added to a frame or something, then immediately they need some kind of action performed to that particular component. For example, when I click on a particular text field, immediately what kind of event that text field should be able to show. For example, if we take some kind of a website, say example, say Facebook registration page, where you can find different kinds of components. This is an text field component, this is a text field, this is a text field, this is a text field, and this is something like a list. These are called radio buttons and this is called a button. All these are different components. Every component will have some kind of event. Event is nothing but the operations that are performed on these components are called event, and the process of performing that event on a particular component is called event delegation model. I repeat, an operations that done on a component is called an event, and the process of performing this operations on the particular component is something called event delegation model. So what kind of operations we can see in this text field is whenever a person click on the text field, they can be notified that what they should enter. See, when I click on this, immediately saying me what is your name, it's saying me what is your name. When I click on this, what is your mobile number, if you enter the mobile number and email address, you can able to reset your password or something. This is something like a password should be a combination of something. These are different text fields which have some event called the event saying that to enter something. When I click on this, see example I kept if you see example, if I keep date of birth saying that say 1905, when I said 1905, maybe the date of birth may not match sometimes. The event on this is, see when I click on this, it says that when I click on 1905 or something, that may be selected. This is not app example for the list event. Example, if I have an option like say example, take a Vodafone website, Vodafone recharge website, if you have, where you can choose some kind of city. General example, the recharge options of different networks may depend upon the area in which you are. In some websites you can able to see on top of it, you would ask me which state you belongs to, or which depending upon the state that might change that recharge tariffs. Then we have something like what, for example, we have this website. Once we try to look into this, so depending upon that we can change. Currently here we don't have the options. Actually I am looking for that. This is also a good example of a component. See, this is a component and this is a radio button, and depending upon this we get different options. See, if you click on prepaid, then obviously it changes the recharge. If you click on postpaid, it says to pay bill. Depending upon the option what I choose, the event is doing some different thing. And when I click on this, see these are different kinds of drop down list. Okay, I'll show example over this. So this is a button. When I click on this button, what should happen next? These are the different kinds of components on which I have to perform some kind of events. If I keep mouse, example, if you keep a mouse, see, when I move the mouse, when I keep my mouse here on recharge, see, automatically when I keep my mouse on that, this menu is dropped. When I keep my mouse on this example, this is blinking, right? When I keep the mouse on this example, any other options like this, every time when you keep your mouse on this, see, it is rotating. Means this is something called a mouse kind of event. Sometimes you can have even a keyboard event. What is keyboard event? So example, I want to create a prepaid number here. Say example, some kind of number, say 9985, a blank number. I enter something. I entered some number. See, whenever after I entered the number, see immediately immediate after entering the number in the text field, I did not press recharge. See, 9985460902. See, automatically it redirected into next page saying me, please recharge your amount. Means that is something like an event on an text field. So all these are different kinds of events. So every event should need a component. It could be a text field, or it could be a button, it could be a drop down list, it could be a text area, radio button, or checkbox. So event is a situation where a component can be handled, and the process of handling that component with different operations is something like event delegation model. Okay, now we just try to see another important concept. What is that? One is event source, event listener, event object. These three are the very important parts of event delegation model. event source, event listener, event object. Event source, it is the source on which the event can be applied. Like it's a source in sense it can be a component, it can be an mouse, it can be an keyboard, etc. In components, if you again go back, you can have a text field, it's one component, a button, it can be one component, a list can be a component, a radio button can be a component, so on, or a checkbox can be a component. Mouse is also a component, keyboard is a component. Sometimes you can have a scroll bar, it is also a component. Depending upon that, say sometimes it's window. A window is also a component. You have minimize, you have maximize. See if it is a maximize, it's a close. So these are different kinds of events. I can even apply on window. I can even apply on scroll bar, so on. These are different event sources. Event source is nothing but it is a source on which the event can be applied and chosen. Okay, I can say it is a route. It is a route for any event to be handled, because without choosing any kind of source, I cannot perform any kind of event. The source is very important thing. These are different kinds of sources you can apply events. And coming to the next part is event listener. So event listener is nothing but once the source is chosen, then on that source some kind of maybe on that source at least some kind of person who has to listen. So listeners are something like the interfaces. See, once source is chosen, on that source a person or an object should listen the event source. Listening in the sense there should be some kind of action we have to perform on that particular event. Technically speaking, event listeners are the Java interfaces which contains different methods, which contains different, say, abstract methods which can perform action on that event source. Okay, so event listeners are the Java interfaces which contains different abstract methods which can perform actions on that event. Example, I have few event listeners, like if you take one such action event, focus event, mouse event, mouse motion event, I shouldn't say event, I have just wrote wrong here. Action listeners, I'm very sorry. Action listener, mouse listener, event listener, mouse motion listener, window listener, item listener. These are different kinds of listener classes which every event will have. Without these listener interfaces, no event source can be handled. So if I speak technically, action listener is meant for text field, and focus listener, sorry I have done reverse, action listener is meant for button, focus listener is meant for text field, mouse listener and mouse motion listener are meant for mouse, window listener for window, item listener for list or choice, etc. All these are right side part, all are the event sources, and the left side part are the listeners which works on their particular sources. And once the event listener is created on that event listeners are to be created on that particular event source. How to create event? This is the event source. How to create event on this event source is we have to add the event. So we call that as add XXX listener. Means I have to add the listener to this event source. Means I have to add this event source with a listener. How to add is add this XXX represents the event source. If you want to add action listener to this event, we have to say that add action listener of that particular event current object. Same as add focus listener of example, say this. Same as add mouse listener, and same way add mouse motion listener, and add window listener, and say add item listener. So depending upon the event source and event listener to be added to that event source. Adding of this event listener to that event source can be done using these methods. Once event listener is added to that event source, then we have to perform an action. We have to perform an action. The performing of action on that event sources by the event listeners is called event object. The way of performing event operations on an event source is nothing but event object. Again, if you keep on writing, event object has multiple different events on an event sources. If you take action listener, we have action event. If you take focus listener, we have focus event. If you take mouse listener, we have mouse event. If you take mouse motion listener, we have mouse event. Item listener, we have item event. These are the different events that can be performed on a particular event source. So performing of different event operations on the event source is done by event object. These are called event objects. So when we write the complete thing in a single sentences, we just remove all these things. So event listener, and I just hit this on top of it. Okay, now if I write clearly, see how it look like. The first thing is I should need something like what? Event source, event listener, adding event, event object. How? So if you take first one, say button is an event source, listener is what? Action listener. How to add event for action listener is add action listener, and event object is action event. Same manner, text field need to be focused. Focus listener, and add focus listener and focus event. Take list or choice. What I had to take? Item listener, add item listener and item event. Same way, mouse listener, add mouse listener and mouse event. Keyboard key listener, add key listener and key event. So these are the different examples of what? Events, event listeners, how to add the event and how to perform the event. So event source is a kind of object in which the event has to be applied. So event listener is an interface which is used to create an event on an event source, and adding event is nothing but how to add an action listener with that event source. Means how to link an event source and event listener. To link event source and event listener, we should need the way how to add event. And finally, event object. Once the event listener is added with the event source, then the action should be taken on that event source. That is called action events, or I can say event objects. Okay, these are the different kinds of event sources, event listeners, adding of events and event object. Now we just go with simple example to understand what is an how to create an event source, how to create an event listener, and how to create an event listener, and how to perform an action. Okay, so straight away I take notepad space, I take my mouse, a simple kind of class dot java. I wanted to apply some mouse operations. So first what I had to do, import java dot applet, import java dot awt dot star, import java dot awt dot event dot star, and create a class now. Class my mouse extends applet. We all aware of this. And very important thing we have to do is that we have to keep applet code, applet space code equals to my mouse dot class space width equals to 600 and height equals to 600. Okay, so now we just typo mistake here, one extra W, and we just try to close the applet here itself, close the applet and close this comment box. Done. Now we have to do step by step. We'll see the different steps in performing event delegation model. Steps in performing event delegation model. What is step 1? Step 1 is choose the event source. Okay, choose the event source. Step 2 is add event listener to that source. Step 3 is implement event listener to the class. Step 4 is override the abstract methods of that listener. Step 5 is perform the event object. These are the 5 steps we have to take in order to create any event delegation model program. First thing is we have to choose the event source. Choosing the event source is nothing but choosing any kind of component or mouse or keyboard. A component can be an text field, button, radio, checkbox, list or choice, anything. Second thing is after choosing the event source, we have to add listener for that source. Means I have to link the event source with event listener. Once listener is added, then we have to implement the listener class for that event source. Once we add the listener class, we have to override the abstract methods of that listener. Why I am saying overriding? Because all the event listener classes are interfaces. And finally perform the event object. Now we try to do example. We'll continue the example. So what we have to do? First take public void init method for applet, and also take public void paint now. On these 2 methods, we should need to do a complete program now. First thing is what we have to do? We have to first choose the event source. So I have chosen event source as mouse. Okay. Now after choosing, second step is what? Add event listener to the source. How to add? How to add this? Mouse listener. I think I already shown you. Add mouse listener. Once the mouse listener is added, how to add to the program? Of this. Add mouse listener of this. Once the mouse listener is added to the current program, then next step is implement event listener for that class. Now add mouse listener has an event listener class called mouse listener class. Mouse listener is an interface, so we should need to implement. That's why I said implement event listener class. How to implement is here itself. After applet, what I say? Implement which listener? Mouse listener. We had to give M and L capital letter because it's interface. My second step is done. Second step is what? Add event to the listener, done. Implement event listener also done. The next step is override the abstract methods of that listener. Now for this listener, now for this listeners, mouse listener, we have multiple abstract methods. What the abstract methods we have, we'll see. Once check here, java p space java dot awt dot event dot mouse listener. Click that. These are the different mouse listener abstract methods. See here, public abstract void, public abstract void. What is mouse listener? Mouse listener is an interface. Since mouse listener is an interface type, I should need to implement to the class. And what abstract methods I have to override? All these abstract methods: mouse click, mouse press, released, entered, excited. Why we need to override? Because whenever a class implements an interface, the methods which are abstract in that interface is to be used, is to be overridden. I can say overriding is strategy of a parent class and child class has same kind of methods, right? This is a parent class called mouse listener, which contains these methods, and child class is what? My mouse, which implements mouse listener. And this kind of strategy is multiple inheritance, because a class extending one class and another class. So my next step is also done, that is implementing action listener. Now I had to override. What I had to override? All the methods. What methods I have? See, public void mouse click mouse event space object. This is called event object. We'll discuss now. Done. The same manner, just copy and paste other methods also. I should need to override all methods. If I don't override at least one method, that may lead to an error. So mouse clicked, this is mouse pressed, next thing is mouse released, next thing is mouse entered, and last thing is mouse excited. If I don't override at least one method here, say apart from the init method and paint method, I should need to override all these methods. That is the next step, saying that override the abstract methods of that listener. Whenever I implement any listener, that automatically override this all methods. If I don't override, then it may lead to compile time error. Example, if I remove this, say mouse excited, I have removed. Once try to compile the program and check. Java C space my mouse.java. See, it throws me error saying that my mouse is not abstract, does not override abstract method called mouse excited. Mouse excited is not overridden. That is the error it is showing me. So we should not leave that. I should keep that also to be entered. Once we override them, there is no rule that we have to use them. Even though we don't use, no problem. We can use any one of the methods. We can use any two methods. Anything your wish. Okay. Now in this mouse, I just want to say that I just want to say movement of the mouse, or I can do different operations on the mouse. One is I can draw a rectangle for the mouse. I can get the dimensions of the mouse coordinates. Example, when I click on the mouse, then after clicking the mouse, the position where the mouse is clicked, I want to get position. Example, I am taking examples. So next step is something called perform the event object. So event object is what here? The event object is mouse event. Mouse event is an object that will be available for every mouse operation. Example, take mouse clicked. I have mouse event space object of mouse event. Inside this, we write logic here saying that I want to get the position, x position, y position of mouse. Say example, me dot get x, and same manner say me dot get y. Means I have got x position, y position of the mouse clicked. I just store them in two variables here, int x comma y. Here I say x equals to and I say y equals to. Done. And once it is done, then I should need to print these positions. We all know in order to draw any kind of text or any kind of shapes, we should need to do inside a paint method. So paint is a method which is used to draw or write. So I just want to print this values of x and y. To print the values of x and y, first I try to store x and y values in a string str equal to say x plus I want to keep comma and say plus y, means the position of x and y is stored here in string. Now try to finally print as g dot drawString of str at in any place of applet. In applet I want to print that positions. This is the position of x axis, position of y axis, to print the value of the mouse position of x and y. Done. Once it is done, once try to run and check for any errors. Just run this javac space mymouse.java is compiled. Now to how to run the applet, saying applet viewer space mymouse.java. See, when I do this, when I click the mouse, I am not getting any value here. The reason behind that is the problem is all about, first thing is the mistake what I had done is I had to keep public class here, because this is a unique class. This class should be always public in nature. And again I just try to run the program and check. So again compile javac space mymouse.java applet viewer space mymouse.java. Now see, when I click the mouse, I am getting only value called 0 0. If you want me to show the 0 0 bigger, I just try to keep a font here. I just keep a font here, g dot set font of, if you want to create a font class, create a font here, font space f equals to new font of some font size, say font as Arial, comma, say some bigger size, say 70, comma 70, and keep that font to this g dot set font. Means I just want to show the coordinate values more bigger to our naked eye. When I run this and check, see, I am getting 0 0 position. If you click mouse here, I am getting 0. Anywhere I click, I am getting only 0 0. The reason behind that is, when initially my applet is loaded, it will load the initial values of x and y as 0 and 0, and it will draw directly. Later, when I click my mouse, it is giving the values of x and y. The latest position of x, the latest position of y it is giving, but it is not updated to the paint. I need to update the values of latest values of x and y to the paint, because once paint is done, it won't again run, because applet lifecycle has 5 methods: start, stop, start, initialize, start, paint, destroy, and stop, right? So once the paint is done, it won't come back again. So in order to say paint to do the painting operation again, I call that operation as repaint. Repaint is a method which is used to do the paint operation again for the latest values of x and y. Why this x and y values are always showed 0 and 0? Because once the applet is compiled, it initializing and directly going to what? Paint. After paint, it, even though it goes to mouse click, but it is not updating the values. Now I have repainted. Repainting is nothing but doing the paint operation, or I can say update. Repaint will call a method called as update method. Update method will be called whenever I say repaint. Once an value is repainted, then obviously it will Again call the paint method and it will do the changes in the x and y positions. Now again if I run the program and check the difference, you can observe that. See, now again I got 0 0 initial values. See, when I now click it, I change the value. When I click here, this is the value. When I click the last position, see, okay, here itself, the positions where the mouse is clicked, this is called x position value, y position value of mouse clicked, and the position where the values are printing, this is called the applet x position value and applet y position value. From here to here, that is y position, here to here, x position. This is something like I have given as 120, and 120 is the position of in the applet to print the x value and y value of mouse. Where the mouse is clicked, the value will be changing. I can do a lot of things with this. I can even draw a rectangle with this. Say example, instead of mouse clicked, when I click on the mouse, it is doing something, right? Example, when I say again same clicked operation, I just do something different. Say what I do is that I won't print the mouse coordinates value. I just try to say something. I want to draw a rectangle. Example, I just keep comment here, and even keep comment here and comment here. Okay. Now G dot draw rectangle of, say the positions of rectangle, say x comma y comma say 100 comma 100. Example, I just want to draw a rectangle depending upon the x and y coordinate values of mouse. Okay. Now again I try to compile this and check. See, the rectangle is drawn at that position. When I click here, rectangle is drawn here. 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 Means the position where I am clicking, the rectangle is drawn there. That is something like a mouse operation. Okay, the same can be even changed as, instead of mouse listener, I can even write something like mouse motion listener. Mouse motion listener has few more interfaces, few more methods. Apart from mouse clicked, I may have motion. Mouse motion is nothing but the movement of the mouse. When I say mouse listener, the mouse will not have movement. When I say mouse motion listener, it will have some movement. What does mouse motion listener contains? You just check in your API as java p space java dot availability dot event dot mouse motion listener. See, mouse motion listener has two important methods. One is mouse dragged and mouse moved. Okay, mouse dragging is like this. This is mouse dragging, and mouse moving is this movement of mouse. This is mouse dragging. This is clicking, mouse pressing, releasing. Okay, so if we use this, again we have to override these two methods. What are this? Mouse dragged and mouse moved. So here same thing, just copy and paste and paste. What is that? Mouse dragged and mouse moved. Before to that, we should need to again add the listener. What is the listener name? Add mouse motion listener of this. Every time I choose the event source, I have to add the listener, I have to implement the listener, I have to override the methods of the listener, and I have to perform the action. Example, the same logic can be kept inside the mouse dragged example. I kept in mouse dragged now. Okay. Earlier I kept in mouse clicked, now I kept in mouse dragged. Once compile the program and run the program. Now check here, the rectangle can be dragged. See, I am dragging, I am not clicking, mind you, I am dragging. Dragging is nothing but after clicking I have to move. Moving is nothing but moving doesn't need click. Drag needs click and move. Move doesn't need click. If you say the same code, if you keep this code inside the mouse mode, that is different again. I just cut this. You may experience the same kind of experience when I am moving or dragging, but I can experience that because I am clicking and dragging. So now I am moving, just moving. I am not dragging. Okay, these are all different mouse operations that can be applied on event delegation model. Done. Okay, now we just try to go for another example. The example is all about button. We'll take a button example now. So notepad with my button dot java. So again same logic, import java dot applet here, import java dot availability dot star, import java dot availability dot event dot star, and start the class. Public class my button extends applet. Okay, now same logic. First primary thing is public void init. It's a default kind of thing. Again public void paint graphics G, again default thing, and I have to give the applet code. So keep comment and give applet space code equal to my button dot class space height equal to say 500, width equal to 500, close the applet, and finally end the applet tag, and finally close the applet comment also. Done. If you do this, what happens is simply run the program. I can say javac space my button dot java, it compiled applet viewer space my button dot java. See, I got simple applet, empty applet. Okay, close. If you want, you can even write here a simple thing called show status. Show status is a method which is used to show the message at status bar. Example, just say that my applet is loaded. I just want to print this message in the applet status bar. Show status is a method which takes string that will print the message in the status bar. If you want, you can just run and see. Okay. See here itself, we can check here. Start the applet. See, oh shit. Actually, this is status bar. We have to check. Here the message will print. Once we reload the applet, maybe we are unable to find. But the meaning of show status is showing the message at the status bar. Okay, no worries. We are deviating. Just remove this. Now how to create a button and how to click on that button. Simple thing is just create a button now here, button space B, simple, done, and create the button here, B equals to new button of button, say I just say click. button click, it's easy. Button click, on click. Once this is event source, this is event source. Now event source is created. On this event source, I have to apply the, I have to create the, I have to add the listener. How? Simply saying that b dot for button, which one I have to use? See, for button which I have to add action listener and implement action listener. So add the action listener now. So add action listener of this. This is the current object. After this, third step is what? Implement. Implements action listener. Once I implement action listener, what is the next step? I have to override the abstract methods. So what is the abstract method of action listener? Just to see, Java p space java dot awt dot event dot action listener. Sorry, I have just wrote typo mistake here. Okay. See, when I say action listener has only one method, abstract method. What is that? Action performed contains action event. So now override this method. So to override, just write here itself. So override this. So another method apart from init and paint. So public void action. What is the method name? Action performed. Okay, action performed of action event name is what? Action event. Done. Earlier for the mouse event we have multiple number of abstract methods, but a button has only one abstract method, that is called action performed. Simple. Done. When I click on the button, it calls immediately this particular method and print something. Example, when I click on this button, I just want to print some message. Say example, simple message. What is that? See, I just take a string here, string, some message. I'll try to write some message here. So message equals to, I just want to print something like say button click by you, nothing. Just simple message. And this message should be now painted. How to paint? G dot drawstring of message name, comma position. If you want to show that message somewhat with high font, again same thing. What I do? Font space f equals to new font of some font, say Arial, comma font size and font thickness, and set the font. G dot set font of f. F is the, so set font is a method of graphics class which adds the font to that particular message. Done. Now again, if you run the program, once check java c space my button dot java. This compiled. Now applet viewer space my button dot java. See, it shows me again error here. The error mainly intends that, see, a null pointer exception. Please watch my exceptions videos, you can understand what is that. The null pointer exception mainly says that string is a null. The because I have given string message, no message here, and immediately this applet will first initialize, then it will immediately go to paint and prints MSG as empty. What is MSG now? MSG is a null value, hence it throws a null pointer exception. So we just say here MSG equal to an initial value, say empty. Done. An empty value. Again compile and run and check. Still we won't get output, I feel. The reason you have to speak. See, still a message is not printed. Still I didn't get any kind of button also. Okay. The reason behind that is I have to, before adding action to the button should be viewed. I have chosen the source. after choosing the source, I have to add the button. I have to add the button to the applet. Otherwise, how button will be seen? So here itself, I say add of B. First add the button. First add the button. After adding the button, then you should need to perform the action. It is called b.add action listener. Okay. Now again, once run the program and check whether the button is viewing or not. See, wonder it is, I am seeing a button here. When I click the button, I should see a message here. The message is something called what? The message is what? Button clicked by you. This is not printed. The reason behind that is, we already discussed in the earlier program, I need to repaint. Because directly when I print this paint first time, it prints message as what? Empty message. After this, it will be called to this method. Then the message is updated by the action performance. Then I have to repaint. Repaint is the method which calls a method called update internally and update the paint method again. Done. Now we compile and run, click the button and check. You got something called button click by you. That is it's a simple kind of logic which we can implement. Button clicked by you. Okay, as I done, how I done? First create a button class, extends applet. Just declare the button and create the button instance and add the button to the applet. Add is the method used to add a component to the applet. After adding the button, people here, the one step will be created here also. One is that is add the component to the window or applet. Okay, because if you take mouse or keyboard, though they are not explicitly added because they are added logically, but when it comes to a button text field, I have to add them explicitly. Hence I should need to say that add of B, that is button. Now on that button I have to perform the action listener. Once it is added, then I have to implement the listener. Once I have implemented, then I have to what? Override. After overriding, I have to perform an action. Generally I can use AE here, action event I can apply, but I have only single button. Sometimes I can have multiple number of buttons. Since I have only one button, I did not use AE here. Sometimes I can have more buttons. Example, say that this is a button. Say I have a button called CSC, and say example I create another button called B1 here, and create a B1 button which says that EC, and add B1 also, add of B1, and also apply action listener on B1, copy, paste. Okay, once it is created, so mind you, every initializations and every additions of buttons or action listeners, we have to do all the things inside where init method, because init is an initializing method. Once it is done, even though I add multiple number of buttons, there will be always single listener and single method also. Now the logic will change here. Now we have two buttons. One is CSC button, EC button. So now I have to write a condition that if CSC button is clicked, I have to print some CSC message. If EC button is clicked, I have to write EC message. So what is the method to check whether it is CSC button or EC button? Once we see the methods in action event object, we will understand. So java p space java dot Readability dot event dot button or button action event. In this we can find a method how to see. This is a method. The method is get action command, which action button you have clicked, that is done by get action command is a method which will return a string value. It returns what value? A string value. So directly here itself in the logic, write condition if, what is that, AE dot get action command dot equals, because action command will returns what value? String value. So equals is a method which compares two strings. So equals of what I say, ECE, sorry, CSE. If it is CSE, I say the message as message is CSE button, else message is ECE button. Then now I have two buttons. Since I have two buttons, I have used the action event object dot get action command. Get action command is a method which will checks whether the button you pressed is CSE or ECE. Hence I kept a condition here. If it is equals to CSE, it means CSE button message, ECE, ECE button message. Once again run the program and check. So now I got two buttons, ECE and CSE. Click on CSE, I got CSE button. Click on ECE, what I got? ECE button. Done. That is all about the event delegation model on button. So event delegation model contains event source, the button. Next, event listener, action listener. Next, event object, action object. So the complete event delegation model will rotate with three important terms: event source, event listener, and event object. Hope you enjoy the session. Next session we'll try to work on adaptability frames concept, where we'll understand different things. Thank you for patience.